Let's move on to Luis. Or is that Lewis?
I would go with Luis personally, but
Yeah, you like to have a little flair in
yeah,
your...
I like to try and do it the way that people would actually pronounce their own names.
Luis. Is that Lewis or Luis?
I'd say Lewis, but I like Luis. I think that's cool.
All right. I mean, if I spelt my name Luis, I would definitely go by Luis.
Luis, yeah.
Well, Lewis would be Louis.
No, that's Lewis.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That would also be Lewis. Both of those would be pronounced
Luis could be Lewis, too.
Yeah, actually, I'm changing my mind. I like Luis.
Okay, Louise. All right, hello, Joe, Big Al, Andy. I thoroughly enjoy your podcast. It's my favorite financial podcast, as it's just the right mix of reliable information and humor. I'd greatly appreciate your insights on my financial situation for purposes of identification. I'm partial to, here we go, 805 ale beer. I drive a Tesla Model Y. You know, I got a ride in a Tesla. That was my first time ever in a Tesla.
Yeah, my brother just bought one a month ago. I got a ride over Christmas.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was my first ride, too.
Did you like it?
Loved it.
Are you thinking about getting one?
Yeah. Trying to save the planet. One car at a time.
One car at a time.
Yep.
Oh, boy. I'm 65 years old, married, and recently retired. I have significant RMDs starting at 72 based on a projected $2 million in IRAs at 72. Currently about $1.3 million and 80%, 20% stock bond mix. Hold on. It's projected $2 million in IRAs at 72. Currently, about $1.3 million, 80-20 stock bond mix. I'm planning to start yearly Roth conversions in 2022 until age 72, sticking about $75,000 to $100,000 a year to at least the top of the 22% tax bracket of my taxable income of about $90,000. My yearly expense will be $140,000. My pension will provide $80,000 of yearly income. I plan to receive my Social Security payments of about $2,400 a month at FRA. I will start taking monthly annuity payments from a deferred annuity in January 2022, which, when added to my pension and Social Security, should cover most of my expenses. I have two options for receiving monthly annuity payments. One option is to take the lifetime monthly payment of $1,800 a month. The second option is to take $2,600 a month for 10 years. So that's a little 10-year certain. So Luis would get $2,600 guaranteed until he turns 75 if he took it at 65. I am leaning towards the second option because it gives me more income over the next 8 years when I plan to be more active before I start taking RMDs at 72. Choosing the second option would leave me with no annuity payments after the age 74, so that I would have less income at the same time that I would be taking RMDs and therefore reduce my tax bite. Then, if I opt for lifetime annuity payments, I would appreciate your perspective on which annuity option would make the most sense. Also, whether based on my circumstances, you might feel that taking Social Security at a different point than FRA would be more advisable. Thank you for considering my question and for all your contributions to financial literacy. Regards, Luis.
Yeah, very nice. Formal closing.
Yeah, very formal.
Regards. Do you normally say that in your letter?
No.
When you write an email?
He's very formal. It's Luis.
Yeah, I like it.
I love it. Okay, I would not do his plan.
What would you do?
I need to know a little bit more about these annuity options. Is he taking a lump sum, and is he buying a fixed, or is it a variable annuity that has a guaranteed income on it? Is he buying an immediate annuity? I'm not sure what that is. Or is it an annuity payment from his employer?
Right. That's what I'm assuming.
So let's just assume that if it's from his employer.
Yeah. Makes this easier to answer.
Because if it was a commercial annuity, I would not probably advise that route.
Right.
Because what he's doing, he's adding more income on his tax return than potentially he needs to. right? And all that does is just create a little bit more tax by being locked into a certain rate. I like guarantees. And so if you like
Sure.
the guarantees and you want the guarantees, by all means, take the guarantees. But is there a better way to do this? Maybe to preserve more capital, pay less in taxes? The answer could be yes, maybe yes, right? I would push out Social Security as long as I could,
Yep.
because then that's going to increase your guarantee at age 70, right? So you get that 7% delayed retirement credit each year that you wait after your full retirement age. You have plenty of assets. You're going to have a couple of $1 million sitting in retirement accounts, and you're worried about the RMD that's going to create a lot more tax on you. So you're thinking about this conversion strategy of converting, $400,000 or $500,000 over the next several years, and you'll end up paying roughly about $100,000 in tax. But it could pay more than that because you're adding more income on the tax return. You want to reduce the amount of income as much as possible on your tax return as you're doing a conversion strategy. So you wouldn't want to lock in a high annuity payment if you could, push that out to a later date as you're converting.
Yeah, so that's a good point. So in other words, if you're trying to get as much converted as possible, then you'd actually want to take the lower annuity payment just so you have less income so you can convert more. I actually ran a little math on this, Joe, and this would be at a 6% discount rate, which basically means 6% would be your earnings rate, right? Just if you make that assumption.
So
Okay? So in other words, a 10-year certain period works out to about $234,000 present value. In other words, that's just our reference point. It doesn't really mean much. That's just the number. And if you do the $1,800 a month, it takes about 18 years to equal the $234,000. So in other words, then, if you just do straight math, if you're going to live more than 18 years, you're better off taking the lifetime at $1,800 a month. If you're going to live less than 18, if you're just looking at this in a bubble, then you would take the 10-year. Now, when you add on Roth conversions to the top of this, I would agree, because it's an $800 difference in payment, right? And so that's about $10,000. If you took the lower payment, you could do a $10,000 additional Roth conversion each year and stay in that lower bracket until you get to RMDs. I do also like the idea of pushing out Social Security. But we don't have all the facts, Luis. But at least based upon what you told us, that's probably what I would do. I would take a look at what I felt my life expectancy was. I'm actually personally fine with the $2,600 for 10 years if you need it, if you want to live it up and spend it.
But Luis is very similar to a lot of people as they approach retirement, because you're giving up a guaranteed, or not a guarantee, you're giving up a paycheck, right? You and I receive paychecks from our organization. We're used to receiving, a direct
Sure.
deposit of cash into our checking account each and every, biweekly or monthly. And then when people retire, they want to replicate that as much as they can. Right? So it's like, okay, well, that's why so many people take Social Security so early, because then they feel a little sense of security, no pun intended there, that they get that payment, that they get some cash flow into their checking account. And then it's like, oh, well, maybe I convert this to an annuity and I get this guaranteed income flow. So if the world goes to hell in the handbasket, at least I have a certain fixed income that I can know that I can live off of.
Yeah.
Which is perfectly fine. That is a great strategy if you have that risk aversion. But then if I look at his portfolio, he's 80% stocks. You just retired, right? So he wants to be, he's got his head in, no offense, Luis, you've got your head in the freezer, right? And your feet in the oven, and you're trying to stay warm. You're taking all these guarantees on one side, and you're taking on tremendous risk with your liquid assets on the other side. I think you just want to maybe take a look and run different scenarios just to figure out exactly what he should be doing. If he does this strategy that he proposed, I think he'd be successful. But what's the overall goals? What are you really trying? Is there better ways to tweak this? I think the answer is yes.
Are you prepared for retirement? Schedule a free financial assessment with an experienced financial professional right online at purefinancial.com.